Yo, what's up guys, it's me Jake here, and today I'm going to be doing my October 2022 monthly manga haul. Now I did get a lot, as you might be able to tell from the title, and not only that thumbnail, so I have a lot to get into, so I'm not going to waste your guys' time, but I do want to ask you guys real quick, what manga did you guys pick up in the month of October? If you want to say some of the manga you picked up, or your favorite pickups, just say it down in the comments down below. That'd be greatly appreciated, and let's just get straight into this video. Now to start off, I'm going to be doing my Viz section, and to start that off, we finally have something I've been waiting for so long to finally get English print, and that's going to be Mission Yozakura Family. I finally have in my hands an English copy of Volume 1, because I do have the Japanese copy from a while ago. I read around the first volume's worth of content. I think I read a little bit into Volume 2 technically. I think I read up to chapter like 11 or 12, so I did read a bit online when this first started. Really, I started this around when it had like 50 chapters out, and I think it has over 120, so this is like way over a year ago at this point. I'm gonna say this right now, I very much enjoyed it, and once it got announced it was going to be coming out in English, I was very excited because I thought this is just a series we've been just needing in English. A lot of people have been wanting it. A lot of the people who are huge Shonen Jump fans love this one, and I'm not one to say I don't like it. I think it's amazing, and I definitely am very excited to have it. Now, one that's very, very popular already, and even has an anime coming out, and that's going to be Kaiju number 8, Volume 4. I very much enjoy this one. I've read up to Volume 5 online a while ago, and I'm just waiting for it to catch up so I can then binge it and then stay up to date with the physicals so I can actually start reading it again. But very much enjoy this, and I know where this ends, and it ends in a crazy spot. I'm going to say Volume 5 is just as crazy as Volume 4, and I cannot wait to see people's reactions to reading these two volumes. I also think this cover looks amazing. I think that it's the purple matching with the purple hair just looks great, but all these covers and spines look amazing. Kaiju number 8 just has a way of making everything look great. So yeah, on to the next one. Another one we've been needing in English for a really long time now. I think there's only like 5 or 6 volumes of this out in Japan, but it sells very, very well in Japan. That's going to be Dandadan or Dandadan. I don't know how you're going to say it, but it's either one of those pronunciations. I think the cover is very good. I think the later covers do get better, and I think the spines for both the English ones and the Japanese ones are quite lackluster for the series. It is very over the top and crazy, as you'd expect from someone who is a very big assistant of Tatsuki Fujimoto, working on multiple works with Tatsuki Fujimoto being an assistant on Chainsaw Man, and also Fire Punch, sorry, that completely slipped my mind, Fire Punch as well, and also being an assistant on Hell's Paradise. His art is phenomenal. I think his art is amazing, and I cannot wait to read more of this. I've read the first 2 chapters online when it started, and I just knew it was going to be super big, and I just knew it was going to pop off and get English print, so I just stopped reading it from there. And I just saw the sales, and I just see it like basically breaking records, and I'm here like it's going to get English print, and now it finally has, and I cannot wait to actually start reading Dandadan. Now, this is the last volume I need to start catching up, because I've already read the rest of this online as well, and that's going to be Sakamoto Days. I read a lot of stuff in Jump, and a lot of these series that are just coming out now are the series that I started reading because I was trying to catch up on everything in Jump, but that was quite difficult because there was a lot of things going in and out and all that at that time, so it was very difficult for me. But Sakamoto Days was amazing. I stopped reading it once I got English physical, so around like chapter like 40-ish, 50-ish. So this is probably the last one I need till I actually catch up to where I was. It's looking like it from when I'm skimming through it, because I do remember a couple of this stuff, but in the later half I did not see any of that stuff. So cannot wait. Very much enjoy the series, and this cover is just crazy. I love the cover of Sakamoto Days. They probably have some of the best covers in more recent day manga. Another one that I don't even know if it's ending soon or not, and I'm kind of waiting to see if it is ending soon before I continue reading it, because if it is ending soon, I'm just not going to read it until it finishes out in English, and I'm just going to binge read it, and that's Undead Luck Volume 9. We're up to Volume 12 in Japan, and they've been kind of like hinting at this ending soon, so I don't know if it actually is, because the anime hasn't even came out yet, so the popularity boost from the anime is not even going to be there for the sales, so I don't know if they're going to wait for the anime and then just end it, or what they're going to do, maybe make part 2 or something. I don't know, because I'm not caught up. I've only read the first 5 volumes, but that's why I kind of want to stop for a little bit in case they are ending this soon, so I can just binge read it. But yeah, from what I read, this is a great series with amazing art, and definitely one that is very, very underrated. Now, the next one has a very big spoiler on the cover, and for something that I love so much, I don't want to spoil for people who have not yet read it. So I'm just going to show the spine. That's Twin Star Exodus 26. This is a white spine, and if you don't know, they go black, white, black, white, black, white for Twin Star. And I'm not going to show you guys the cover or the back in case it says something and I don't want you to get you spoiled for this, but I love this series. I think it's an amazing series. I definitely highly suggest this to everyone. If you like Exorcist series, you'll probably rate this very highly. I think it's one of the best Exorcist series out there. It actually has a lot of elements from a lot of different Exorcist series, and if you like Blue Exorcist, you're going to like this one. If you like a more battle-heavy one, you'll like this one more, because I think Blue Exorcist is a lot more dramatic than this one, but I think this one has way better battles, and even art. I think the art is some of the best art I've seen. Is amazing, and I very highly suggest Twin Star Exorcist. It is just so enjoyable. So yeah. And to round out my Viz section, I actually have a series I've been very hyped for. That's because it's made by one of my favorite mangakas of all time, purely because they made a work that's in my top 5, and this is the only other work they have printed in English, and that's Drip Drip and Paru Itagaki. I love Beastars, as you can tell. I have all of it right there. One of my favorite series out there, and I just cannot wait to see to read Drip Drip, as this is the first time I'm seeing Paru Itagaki draw a human, so it is very interesting. I cannot wait to get into this because I hear only good things, and I hear a very interesting synopsis from this one. Don't really know much, but the synopsis I do hear, I think, is a very interesting one-shot plot, so probably gonna enjoy this, and hopefully I do. So this is Editing Jake here, and I completely forgot to put the main thing inside my thumbnail into this manga haul, so I got my My Hero box set, baby. Now, before I actually continue this one, I want to say there's 3 series I got this month that are just pretty hard to find. One of them has like a couple hard to find volumes. One of them is just extremely hard to find in general, and this one, the more volumes you go into it, the harder it is to find. And if you already follow me on Instagram, you'll see a bunch of these that I got earlier this month. But I did pick up all of School Rumble for pretty damn cheap for what this set can go for. I got all 16 volumes, and I'm very excited. This is one I've been wanting for a couple months now, maybe even a year at this point. I saw it on Weird Bros Story a really long time back, and I've been very much wanting it ever since then because these spines are amazing. Now, I didn't want to drop them, so I'm separating how I'm carrying them at first, but yeah, I'm very excited. At one point, I might replace my volume 9, this one, at some point, purely because the spine is a little bit messed up. But otherwise, all these are in basically mint condition with minimal yellowing, and I'm just very excited. It just seems like a series I'm going to like a lot. It kind of reminds me of Ken Akamatsu with the art style, and also has probably the same wordiness as it. And as you can tell, you can't see right here, volume 9, where is it here? It's a little bit damaged. But otherwise, they're all in mint condition, and I'm very excited to finally have all 16 volumes of School Rumble now. For those keyboard warriors going typing that, this series is 22 volumes, technically, and it's finished. But in English, never finished. Del Rey went out of business before they could finish it. That's why the last volume is an omnibus, and I've seen this thing sell for $100 before. I got this for not that much. So all I'm saying is very excited, and yeah. I know they did up to, I think, 20 or 19 digitally when Kodansha bought out Del Rey, but I know they definitely did not finish this. Moving on, I have my Press section, and the first one is one I'm going to say the English name for to annoy some people, and that's Chain Soldier Volume 2. Or I'm going to just say the Japanese name, Seihei Mato no Slave. A lot of my friends love this series. They say it's very raunchy, and it's just very good action and very good art. Written by the guy who did Akame ga Kill, and I'm trying to collect Akame ga Kill right now, so hopefully I enjoy that, and hopefully I enjoy this, because I'm going to give this one a couple volumes to build up, because I actually have faith in this one. I think I might like this one, and a lot of my friends love it, so I'm going to give it a little more time than I usually give other things, because when your friend recommends you something, you got to give it a little bit more time than some things, in case it starts off slow. But I'm going to say this right now, very excited to get into this, and the art is just phenomenal from what I see, so very excited. Now, I didn't pick up much from Yen Press this month, so this is actually the last thing, but I'm very excited for this one, because I've been waiting for a little bit, and that's Train Novel 3. I love the first 2 novels. I cannot wait to get into this one. I might reread a little bit of the ending in Novel 2, just so I can get a refresher on what happened. I know what happened mostly in it, but I just need a little bit of a refresher. It's been like 5-6 months since Novel 2 came out, so I need some little bit of a refresh. But very much cannot wait. I very much love this series. This has the potential to be like a top novel for me. It has the potential to be that number 1 if I like it more than Snafu, but to be honest, I don't think it's beating Snafu or Danmachi. Right now, my number 3 is Eminence, and it might beat Eminence, but who knows. But yeah, very good. Love this. Nice, wholesome slice of life a little bit of a harem element building up, but yeah, very good, really good MC. I love it. He is definitely a brick wall, but I think he's meant to, and they make a lot of jokes from it, so I just like it. It's funny. Definitely highly suggest this one. Now, next up is one I've been kind of waiting for, but I also didn't know it dropped at all until I just checked it on Amazon randomly, and yeah, it did drop. That's going to be Dog Ningen Volume 4. Very excited for this. I know a lot of people didn't actually continue picking it up after the first one had the reprint that said Ningen instead of the original one. I do have my original one still, but they sold the original one for stupid prices because it was selling for like $150 because he couldn't put the actual word there. I get that. Makes sense. Very good story, though, and it is hilarious. If you actually want to read this, it's on Amazon. Only place you can buy it. But it is made by DH Animation, and it's just great. I'll even leave his Twitter down in the description below if you want to check it out, because he's just funny. So, yeah, very highly suggest one that is very, very funny. Now, with the Dark Horse section, I actually only bought one thing from Dark Horse. Well, not one thing, one series. And I saw this on a buy one, get one half off deal, so I just had to snag the whole series. And that's going to be Mob Psycho 100. I've been really wanting this. I've had Reagan volume for like ever since it came out, basically, so like November of last year, I think. And I had just bought volume 1 last month. I've been wanting Mob Psycho for so long, even though I really don't like one's art style. I love Mob, and I love the anime, so I wanted to give the manga a shot. And I know it only has 16 volumes, so probably going to be ending soon. I know there was a huge gap between 7 and 8, but kind of sped up after that, and 9 came out pretty quick. Very excited to have this, and I think the covers, even though I don't like one's art style, are amazing. I love the colors. I love the whole entire kind of black and white, but super vibrant colors at the same time. The characters are full black and white, but there's just so many vibrant colors going on in all these covers that just make it so nice looking. Like, look at this. I couldn't really show how I was holding it, but this one is probably my favorite. 8, I love this one. It looks amazing. And then 9 is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Nothing crazy, but I think 8 is just such a phenomenal cover, and I think 1 really outdid himself on this cover. But yeah, very much excited to get into Mob. I've already watched the first 2 seasons, and I'm kind of waiting for season 3 to end because I know it's the final season, so I can binge the whole series again and get it all the way through. But I don't know, I kind of want to read it all the way through too, so hopefully this ends soon, but I don't know how long those are going to take for the last 7 volumes to come out. Now, I'm going to be doing a Kodansha section, but to start off my Kodansha section, it actually technically isn't made by Kodansha, but Vertical is owned by Kodansha now. It's been bought out, so I'm just going to put the Vertical series in Kodansha at this point. Makes it easier for me. That's going to be a Positives 1, 2. If you have not already watched my manga, reading every manga recommended to me, card's going to be up here. Read the first chapter of this one, and I thought it was very, very interesting. It was in my upper half, so I had to pick it up, and it was on that same buy one, get one half off, so I bought 1 and 2. Very excited to pick this up, and I should have probably picked up a little bit more, but I want to read the first couple volumes before I see if I truly think it's that good, and I should pick up the rest, because I think there's 9 volumes out, and I think that's complete, but I'll double check that and probably put it on the screen if it was wrong, but if I didn't put anything on the screen, I was right. Next up is one I've been very excited for. That's going to be Blue Lock Volume 3. Now, it is a soccer manga. Now, there's another soccer manga I need printed that starts with AO and ends with Ashi. So either Kodansha, 7 Seas, and Press Viz. It technically would be under Viz because it is a Shueisha work. Just print it. I love Blue Lock, but Ashi's better. That's all I need to say. And one I'm actually going to be starting to read very soon, most likely, is going to be Shangri-La Frontier Volume 2. The anime looks amazing. Of course, it's not out yet, but I'm talking about the trailer. The trailer looked amazing. They had like a 3.5, 4 minute long trailer a while back. That animation's just insane, but I really want to read this. The art looks great, as you can tell from the covers, and it is an isekai, and I've been kind of just in an isekai mood recently, so I'll probably gonna like this one, and I've been really excited to read this because I've had a couple friends tell me it's really good, so hopefully I enjoy it. Next up is a slice of life rom-com. I believe it is. I don't really know much, but I heard a bunch of good things from this one. That's gonna be Lovesick Ellie. I've been kind of wanting this. It looks pretty interesting. I like the spine too. I like the kind of font for it, and I just thought it looked pretty interesting. I like the art style, so I wanted to give it a shot. I haven't read it yet, but I wanted to give it some time because I'm reading a bunch of other stuff right now, so probably not going to be on this one right now, but very excited to have this. And yeah, I know there's I think 13 or 12 volumes of this, and it's done, so it's not that long of a series, so I can easily definitely read this pretty quickly. And now, the second to last thing I picked up in my Kodansha section is Say I Love You, Volume 1. This and the Lovesick Ellie I got in the buy one, go one half off as well. And I need one more volume to get this to be half off, and I decided I saw this one. I don't know if there's any hard to find volumes, but my friend said it was pretty good because he watched the anime a while back. So I want to give it a shot, and I really think the art style is interesting. And for me, I'm trying to get more into shoujo recently, so definitely very much cannot wait to get into this one. And there's a couple shoujos I actually picked up. As you can tell, I'm splitting up my Viz and Shoujo Beat section like I did last time, because yes, they're under the same label, but you know what I mean. I'm just doing it so it's easy for people who want to see what I picked up in shoujo and who see the other people who just don't even care about it. It just makes it easier for everyone. And the final thing I picked up from the Kodansha section is something I actually picked up the first volume of last month, and it's going to be My Little Monster. I actually finished out the series, and now I'm halfway through this one. I started reading this one like a week or two ago, and I've been very much enjoying this one. This has potential to be very high up there in my rankings. I think all the characters are very interesting. I think the story is very interesting. I love the setting. I just like everything about the series so far. I like the interactions, the drama, the actual romance elements. I think it's all just amazing right now, and I cannot wait to read more. Every single volume has another twist that's added a little bit to the story and a little bit of spice. I think that's something that was a very good addition to the series, is that little bit extra drama. I very much have been enjoying it a lot. So if you have not yet already, definitely try and pick up My Little Monster. I think one of the volumes is kind of hard to find. It's nothing crazy. Plus, it's Kodansha, so it's pretty much going to stay in print, mostly because it's probably one of the more popular shoujos that they're printing. But yeah, definitely very much love My Little Monster, and I really like the spines too. I like the multicolored spines. I think they're really nice. But yeah, My Little Monster 2 through 13 complete. Next up, I did place a Barnes & Noble order for this one and a couple other things I'm going to be showing after this. And this is actually my Shoujo Beat section, and it's going to be Short Cake Volume 2. Very excited to get into this one, and I actually found out what manga I now realized this manga made, and that's A Sign of Affection. I've definitely seen A Sign of Affection a bunch of times, so now I feel stupid that I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but very excited to have Volume 2. And actually, another one of their works is getting printed because it just got announced in the latest Viz announcement, so I'm very excited about that. Probably going to pick that one up as well, sorry. But yeah, very excited to get into this one. I really like the spine, and I really like how the Viz logo is kind of in a strawberry, because it's called Shortcake. Get it? Strawberry Shortcake, yeah, you get it. You just know it. Next up is a very weird one, mostly because of the volume number and which ones I have. I actually have 1 through 3 of this series. This is Kami-sama Kiss Volume 15. I know you guys might be saying, why am I getting 15 when I only have 1 through 3? A lot of Kami-sama Kiss is technically out of print or out of stock right now. I don't technically know which ones it is, but it does have a reprint coming out very soon. I know some of them are coming out in November, and some of them are coming out December, like late and beginning of December, nothing really in the middle of it. And so I already placed my order on Barnes & Noble recently with the Save More code that was going around. I don't know if it's still going on, but I had the Save More code in my membership, so I had a lot of it saved off the order. And I couldn't get volume 15 for some reason on Barnes & Noble's, even though it's one of the only ones that is in print. It's 1, 2, 3, and 15 that are ones that are in print still, and yeah, so I just bought it on Amazon. So if I'm gonna need it and gonna have it missing out of my set because I can't get it on Barnes & Noble's, I might as well just get it now. So that's what I did. Next up is one I'm very, very, very excited for, and that's gonna be My Love Story. My friend Plam, or Plasm's manga, card's gonna be right here. He loves this anime, and I want to give the manga a shot. I really like the art style. Plus, I was technically supposed to be getting the other manga made by this manga, not one that I'm going to be showing on a little bit later, but High School Debut. I was going to be getting the Omnis for that, but for some reason, the person on Mercari just never shipped them after 2 weeks, and I was just like, hey, you good? Every like 3-4 days, and they're like not responding. So yeah, that's My Love Story. Wow, I thought it was My Little Monster for a second. My Love Story Volume 1. Very excited to get this one, and probably going to be getting more, like the spines, and yeah. You know how I am. Sucker for spines. Next up is one everyone, not only the shoujo community, but everyone outside of it too, has been looking for this volume. So I didn't even have any of the series yet because I wanted the volume first. I got Banana Fish 1, 2, 3, 4, and 16. 16 finally came back in stock. Now, there is one volume I'm going to have to replace, and that's my volume 2. I just showed it, but you won't really be able to see a closer examination of it. Basically, these all shipped in a box, and they all were like perfect condition. Except my volume 1 was inside my volume 2 like that. And yeah, there's just like huge bend mark. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a huge bend mark. Yeah, you can kind of see it there on this volume. And also the spine's just lost a lot of its binding, so you can like all the way open now, and it's just not really, I just need to replace it. But yeah, that's Banana Fish 1 through 4 and 16. Very excited to have this. I'm definitely going to be picking up more because I only hear amazing things about the series. Talking about My Love Story a little bit ago, the other series that they made, My Love Mix-Up Volume 5, I'm going to be starting to read this very soon. I kind of wanted to wait till this volume came in to start binging it, because you know how I am. I wait till like 4 or 5 volumes come out and I binge it, and if I like this enough, I'll make a video on it, or I'll just put it in another video like top 10 rom-coms or something that I've been reading, or top 10 manga I've been reading recently. So yeah, very excited to get into this one. Cannot wait to binge it, and I love this art style and I love this cover. Looks really good. I was going to replace this one. I don't really... Oh, it has a little bit of a dent and it's kind of misprinted on the bottom for Viz. It's like very low, but I kind of decided that I'm fine with it. It's really not that much. So yeah. Next up is a series I bought recently on Mercari. I got this for like $5 a pop per volume, and I read the first volume and I instantly wanted more, and I was so lucky that this seller sold basically the full set. They didn't sell volume 2, so I just bought it on Amazon. But that's Love Me, Love Me Not, and I loved this volume 1. I thought it was an amazing volume 1. Definitely a very different kind of love triangle storyline, and I just thought it was so interesting. I really liked it. Cannot wait to read more of it. And also, I now really just want to pick up the rest of this mangaka's works, because I know they were the ones that wrote Our Horror Ride, and they did make one called Strobe Edge, but volume 6 is really hard to find, and I do want to pick it up now after I read volume 1 of this. I thought volume 1 was amazing, and I just really want to pick it up now. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this. I thought it was a very, very good rom-com with a lot of drama. I thought that the drama in here was very good, and I only read 1 volume, so that's just saying something that is able to do that inside of just a singular volume. I'm actually really enjoying what I've been reading so far in the shoujo kind of landscape. Very much enjoying what I've been reading, and I cannot wait to actually read more of them, purely because so far I've only read some really good stuff. So very, very excited for what's to come. Now, the section that will probably take the longest out of everything I just had. 7 Seas, because they are the reasons I have like 150 volumes in this whole entire manga haul. It's because of 7 Seas. Starting off, Vivi Prototype Novel 1. Not going to talk about this one much. I don't really know much. I watched the first episode, I think first episode or 2. I don't remember how much I watched of it. I dropped it because one character felt like I was watching Monogatari on 4 times speed, and I just could not read that fast. So I dropped it, and then the novels got announced, so I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to read it instead. I mean, it's written by the guy who did ReZero, so the novels are bound to be good, you know? Next up is one I put on, I forgot what video it was. I think it's Manga I'm hyped for, but I don't remember. I think it was. And I'm very, very excited to get into this one. It looks amazing. The volume just itself just looks so clean. That's Imaginary. I think this has one of the nicest looking volumes out of anything 7 Seas has printed recently. I like how the volume cover looks, and I like how volume 2 cover looks. I even love the spine, and the kind of like lightness of the text is really hard to see on this camera, but like it's very thin font and very light coloring, and I really like that. And I also like of course, gotta have a picture on the volume spine, makes it easier. But yeah, very much cannot wait to get into this. The art looks amazing, and the synopsis itself just really intrigues me. And to be honest, when I look at it, the art style kind of reminds me of Call of the Night a little bit. I don't know why. It's just probably the main girl. This girl kind of reminds me of like a Nazna kind of art style. I don't know why. I can, looking at it, I can kind of see just from her mannerisms, but yeah, very much excited to get into this one. Next up is one that has technically multicolored spines, but you can barely tell. That's Duke of Death and His Maid Volume 3. I love how 7 Seas are keeping the 3D printed, not 3D printed, but like the 3D text. A lot of the times with 7 Seas, they'll have this 3D text where you can like kind of feel it when you go over it, and also you can kind of see it when you open the volume cover. If you can't see it, it's right here. Yeah, you can see it there. Yeah, they usually do it on the first volume of a series, then don't continue it. I'm loving how they're doing it with Duke of Death and His Maid. They're actually keeping it. And yeah, and if you don't know, the multicolored spine part is because the number here is different color. But yeah, very excited. This is actually the volume I've been waiting for, so I can start binge reading it. So yeah, very much cannot wait to actually start reading this one. Now, these volumes technically came in after what I got last month, so I didn't show them off. but they literally came in the day after I uploaded that video, and it's very, very annoying. And that's Masamune-kun's Revenge 7. I know this thing goes for a lot of money. I got it for retail. Well, slightly under retail, actually, so hate me. Volume 9 and Volume 11. So, I now own all Masamune-kun's Revenge. Basically, like, no yellowing. There's remainder marks in a couple volumes, but if you know me, I really don't care about remainder marks. They don't really hinder the actual art at all, so I don't know why people are annoyed about them, but very much cannot wait to actually read this. Only hear great things, and I'm very, very excited to finally have this full set. I've been looking for it for a very long time, and now that I've finally found it, it's just made my month, my week, my year. Next up is one I don't know if I can show on YouTube, so I'm not going to. I'm going to show you the spine just like I did Twin Star. E to 10 Volume 3. Hear great things about this volume, and I hear great things about the story. Cannot wait to get into it. That's all I have to say, because I don't think I can show you the cover. So, great art. It's actually written, and it's drawn by the guy who does the art for Miss Kobayashi's, and it's written by the guy who did Interspecies Reviewers. Not a collab you'd expect, but they made some peak from what I hear. Now, manga that I kind of see as underrated, because not many manga tubers or even people that I see reading manga are picking it up. But the people I see picking it up and reading it are giving it pretty high scores. That's going to be Momo Volume 2. I love the look of these volumes. I looked at the ones from Japan, and they're literally basically looking the exact same, and I think there's going to be 9 or 10 on this complete. And I think these spines look amazing when they have the complete set. Cannot wait for this to be complete. And from what I see, it's amazing art. I kind of didn't want to read Volume 1 because this was coming out like 2 weeks after I picked up Volume 1, so I wanted to just wait for this one to come out and then binge them both. Probably going to do it after this video, actually, because I'm very, very excited. But yeah, cannot wait to read Momo, and these covers and spines are just phenomenal. Next up, one I've been waiting for a really, really, really long time, and I loved the first 2 volumes. If you don't know, I actually made a review about this video, the series, a while ago. I don't even know, like 2 months ago, and I very much enjoyed it. And that's Yakuza Reincarnation Volume 3. I love the look of this volume. I love the art style. I love the characters, and I think the actual synopsis is very different from a lot of things. Basically, Yakuza member goes out in a blaze of glory and becomes a princess, but of course he's not going to change, so he's just a Yakuza member in a princess's body. It is very interesting, very cool, and the art style is super gritty. I think it looks amazing. The double page spreads. Hopefully this isn't a spoiler because I'm going to show you a double page spread, but like, they look amazing. It's just one I highly recommend people, because like, not many stories can get this art and be this good. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. Now, one I'm going to show off very quickly because it's just raunchy, and I know Sage will very much be proud of me for this. The Witch of Automasta Volume 3. Now, going to a more wholesome series. One I love a lot. Kimono Jihen Volume 2. Love how we're finally getting Kimono Jihen in English. Love how the volumes look. I wish we kept like the kanji kind of look, where like get the kanji and hiragana or whatever it was on here. But to be honest, I think out of all the volumes that have been made in other languages, this one just looks so much better than all the other ones other than Japanese. So I'm happy that we actually got a really nice looking cover, and I love the spines too. They're multicolored and they really just look amazing. Great series, highly recommend if you're into those like yokai series or exorcist series or even a mystery series. This is definitely the one you're going to be looking for. One I've been waiting for so long. I've heard so many good things about this for legitimately like 2 years now, and I've been wanting it for so long. It finally got announced a while back. I was literally screaming in my pillow in my bed when it got announced. That's going to be Candy and Cigarettes Volume 1. I cannot wait to read this. This is one I've been very much hyped for so long. I've been waiting for a really long time. I don't have like the biggest expectations for this. I don't have it being like a top 10 series in my life expectations for this, but I just feel like this is one I would really enjoy, like give it a solid 8. So not having it in English is kind of annoying. Plus they did a really good job with the cover and the spine. I think they look amazing. They fit the series very well, and I very much can't wait. Love the art style, and the synopsis just sounds crazy enough for me to love it. Now, I didn't mean for this to happen like this, but the other 2 rare series are actually the last 2 series I'm going to be showing on this haul, and that's going to be starting off with My Monster Secret 1 through 22, but I am missing the Volume 7, the very rare one. I'm going to be showing these off just like I did School Rumble. I'm going to be splitting up the set just so I can not drop these on the floor, and very much just want to cry myself to sleep tonight But yeah, very much excited to get into this. I really didn't know much about this series, but one of my friends said it was good, and then my other friend said that he was recommended to it from my other friend. So very much cannot wait to read this. Love the art style, and to be honest, the 1 second I actually decided I kind of want to pick up the series, Paper Model did me justice and just listed almost the entire series for not that much. It was definitely under retail, and then I picked up the other ones from Amazon, other than Volume 7. So I'm willing to spend a little bit of money on Volume 7 purely because I got a bunch of this for way under retail. So when I get a series for like way under retail, I'm willing to spend whatever I got for it. Like if it was like $240 retail and I got $160 for the full set except one volume, I'm willing to spend like $80 on it. Sorry, my mental math is killing me. I just got back from a math class, but I will be willing to spend like $80 on it, so I get, since it's just gonna be equal to retail anyway. I know a lot of people might not think that way, but this is how I am. So I'm willing to spend a little bit of money on the Volume 7, so hopefully I can find a good price one that's in my price range, because the ones I do see are like $250 to $300, and I'm here just wanting to get that one volume and be done with the series. And it's kind of like the next series I have too. It's the same exact way. I got it for below retail, and I'm willing to spend a little bit of money on the one volume I'm missing, but it's just finding it for the like money that I'm willing to spend on it. And the other series is just finding that volume because it gets listed like once every 2 months, so it's kind of annoying. So yeah, I really can't say anything, but I'm just going to show you the next series real quick, so give me 1 second. Now, the last series I picked up, and one a lot of you might hate me for, but I'm very happy to have almost all of it, but the rarest volume, just like my Monster Secret, and that's going to be Haganai. I'm missing Volume 10, of course. Once I say I'm missing a volume of Haganai, missing the rare volume, it's going to be 10. I have everything else other than that, 1 through 20, plus the 2 spin-offs, but it's just kind of annoying because I really want to finish this one I've been really wanting to finish for a while. I've had one at 19 and 20 for so long, but I just have not actually had it done. And now that I finally have almost the full set, I'm very, very, very excited. I'm willing to spend a bit on Volume 10 because I know it's not cheap, so I'm gonna have to deal with that, but very much excited to actually get into the series. I do have 11, and I do have a couple extra volumes that I am selling, so yeah, but I'm just excited to finally have this in my collection. Funny enough, it's actually one of the last things on my shelves. It's actually on like the very bottom shelf right now. But yeah, I'm very excited. It's one I've been looking for and very excited for a really long time. And I actually didn't know this about one of the volumes, but I'll show you when it gets up to it. These volumes also look amazing. I think the covers are just, they get progressively just more and more fantastic. But I didn't know this about the last 2 volumes, 19 and 20. But they actually connect. These are the spin-offs, by the way. I think that's the club minutes, yeah. And then this is like 50% or whatever. It's now with 50% more fail. But while I'm here and able to show you this, because I don't know if everyone really knows about this, or if I was just the odd man out who didn't know any of this, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. Which way is it? This way? Yeah, it's this way. They actually connect, and it looks amazing. I think this looks some of the best connecting covers I've seen in a while. But yeah, that's it for this manga haul. I picked up a lot, and I'm very excited to actually read a lot of these series. I very much cannot wait to pick up the rest of some of these series like Haganai and My Monster Secret and all that. I cannot wait to finally finish these sets, because then I'll finish another Grail. But that's it for this video, and like I said earlier, please comment down below what you guys picked up this month. I'm very excited to see what you guys got, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!